From sunny Swanton, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Northwest Access Television's special broadcast of an MVU and Enosburg baseball game, the Thunderbirds and the Hornets, on a 70-degree morning in May. I'm Wesley Kempton, and I'm proud to be standing in center field, just beyond the fence. I should note I'm not about to obstruct play. And we've got a very fun matchup, two teams that their storylines have differed, but always fun when these two teams who have played each other for their entire lives are facing off in a good Franklin County matchup. Enosburg this season having a really good start. They're 6-2, and they're actually looking for a bounce-back performance, having just lost their last outing against Virgins, a game in which they officially had 9 errors, though if you ask the coaching staff, they'll say it should have been 10. So they're looking forward to the opportunity to get back in the win column. MVU, meanwhile, a little bit different. They are just 4-7 on the year, as Patrick Walker, a name that you have heard many times if you've tuned into any MVU athletics over the last couple of years, is on the mound. And the 1-0 pitch is swung on and a foul, 1-1. The leadoff hitter for Enosburg, Peter Stebris. He'll be playing left field. The rest of the lineup for the Hornets on deck is the center fielder, Owen McKinstry. Batting third, the third baseman, Justice Orton. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Shea Horrigan, and here comes the 1-1 pitch from Walker. A big swing, and here's a grounder over to short, fielded cleanly. The throw in time, 1 down. We are standing on a platform here in center field, and so maybe some brief gaps in between the plays as I try to keep score while trying also to make sure that my papers don't blow away. A pretty simple setup, but it gets the job done, and again, we're thrilled to be here. It's a thrill, I'm sure, for these players as well to be able to play spring sports. It was canceled last year, and amazing what a year can do. Just shy of 24 hours ago, the announcement from the CDC that vaccinated people, fully vaccinated people, no longer need the masks. And thinking of where we were and where we are, it's quite a relief. Here's another good throw from short. 2 up, 2 down so far, as McKinstry's chopper was easily handled inside. Kevin Adams, one of just 3 seniors on the Thunderbird squad. For a coach like Ray Sargent, you always appreciate when you've got a pivotal position that's handled by a reliable player like Kevin Adams, a senior, who has, sometimes at this level, routine plays aren't always routine, and so for Adams to have done what he was supposed to have done twice in a row, a relief. Though not a surprise, I should add. Again, the third hitter, Justice Orton, fouled away the first. The 0-1 on its way. The lefty Walker, just inside, 1-1. The rest of the Enosburg lineup, I mentioned that the cleanup hitter is Shea Horrigan. He's on deck now. In the hole, Brandon Parent, the shortstop. Batting sixth is Cam Lovelet, who will be pitching this morning and perhaps into this afternoon if the outing goes well, as that one gets away from Walker, 2-1. Joseph Pennell is the first baseman who bats seventh. In the 8th spot, Blair Archambault, who is going to be in right field today. And the second baseman, batting ninth, is Foster Hutchins. 2-1 from Walker. Swung on, and here's a fly ball to right field. Spotted, charged in, and grabbed. And the side is retired. Jarrett Beauregard, a sophomore, was able to play that one. A comment earlier before the game when I was down there in the dugouts talking with both teams and some of the players was obviously my potential heroicism in center field to make some highlight-esque barehanded grab. Though being right next to the camera, I'm sure maybe you would turn fast enough to spot me. Anyhow, The prognostication from the coaching staff was that it is just a bit too windy today for us to likely see any home runs to straightaway center field. And to be fair, it's not necessarily a windy day, but it is swirling a bit up high, and you saw that just a moment ago in that shallow fly to right field. But nonetheless, a good start for MVU, who again came into this one with a record of 4-7 and 3 up, 3 down in the first. The order for Missisquoi will be brought to you in just a moment. As we watch Cam Lovelet warm up on the hill. Lovelet, another name that if you have been watching Franklin County sports for some time, you will have heard many, many times. Of course, an exceptional soccer player and a good contributor to some good Hornets basketball teams as well. Lovelet will be facing, first off, Garrett Frago, a sophomore do-it-everything player for the Thunderbirds. Frago is the catcher for the T-Birds today, but he can also play anywhere around the infield and may at some point pitch, though I suppose that doesn't differentiate him from many players at this level. Everybody is an eligible pitcher and may be called upon at some point. Batting second for the Thunderbirds, Jackson Porter, who is also the third baseman. Patrick Walker is the starting pitcher and batting third for the Thunderbirds. In the fourth spot, Eli Calhoun, who is also the first baseman. Shortstop, Kevin Adams, bats fifth. Jarrett Beauregard, who had the last out in right field, is the sixth hitter. Seventh, Justin Farnham. Eighth, Corbin Schreindorfer. And batting ninth is Raymond Fuenier. Ray, a player who's got a bright future ahead in his Thunderbird athletic career. First pitch to Garrett Frago. It's called a strike. 0-1, looking for that outside corner, just missing outside. I mentioned Frago is just a sophomore. That one almost getting the ribs, but he got back just in time. And Lovelet misses again, 3-1. Low and inside, and a leadoff walk sends Garrett Frago to first base. Not the start that Cam Lovelet would have wanted. But you could see some good effort as he was trying to find different spots. It's not like he was just missing at large. He's trying to find places to get, or at least Frago was trying to get Frago to bite. Jackson Porter. Throw back to first. He is safe over there in a cloud of dust. Some good excitement in the infield. Here comes the 0-1 to Jackson Porter. Fouled over the dugout, way back in the trees. Porter finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Throw back to first again as Frago has not wasted much time in dirtying up the uniform today. And Porter takes a called strike 3. So for Cam Lovelet, a walk and a strikeout. And up next for the Thunderbirds is Patrick Walker. Another throw back to first, and that one was close. Did they get him? Yes. So dejected Frago trudges back to the dugout. Now you understand why there was that sort of eagerness from Enosburg as the officials are meeting together. Not sure what it almost seemed like the timeout was called by the home plate umpire. I guess a conference to ensure that they both agreed on that call. They did. If you're new to this region, by the way, we are very close to the Franklin County Regional Airport. And here's a swing and an infield fly. Bad bounce is going to make it a single for Patrick Walker. Kind of a bloop single. There was a good jump on it from the shortstop Brandon Parent, and you could see the ball bounce to the right. Don't get a lot of straight bounces on many high school fields in Vermont. Swing and a foul to the fans from Eli Calhoun. To finish a point that I was making a moment ago about I'd mentioned Frago being a sophomore. Throw back to first, blocked as Walker remained safe. There are an abundance of sophomores on this MVU team. They have just 3 seniors, 1 sophomore, all the rest in 10th grade. So even though they're just 4 and 7 this year, a young team with good promise. As a nice pitch tailing outside, bringing a swing and a miss from Calhoun. And Lovelet's got himself an 0-2 advantage again. Another throw back to first. They don't want those MVU runners to get much of anything. 0-2. Low as Walker's going to go. The throw is not going to be gloved, and a stolen base from Patrick Walker. Changes things a bit, a runner in scoring position for Eli Calhoun, the cleanup hitter. It's 1-2. And that one low in the dirt, or just above it at least. Two. As a strikeout for Lovelet. Comes up big with a man in scoring position in the bottom of the first inning. A pair of strikeouts in that first frame for Lovelet, who escapes unscathed. And we head to the second now. Patrick Walker, who is out at second base, is going to be returning to the mound as he takes his time trudging back to retrieve his glove. Mentioning a moment ago our proximity to the airport. They never time the flybys just right for the start of the game. They'll get it someday. First pitch in the top of the second is swung on and a pop-up, and Walker gloves it. On this side of the foul line, one pitch, one out. That's efficiency. The cleanup hitter, that was Shea Horgan. And batting fifth is now Brandon Parent. A good first pitch to Parent comes in the top inside corner for strike one. And called strike two. Walker's pitch is a chopper right back to Walker. Fields it cleanly, throws in time. The old 1-3 for out number two. And it brings up the pitcher, Cam Lovelett. First pitch misses for a ball. Walker's next, looking for that outside corner, and a good effort as well behind the plate for Garrett Frago to try to frame it for a moment. But it was just too far outside. Here's the 2-0. That one staying outside as well. You can tell from the get-go. You can assume there's some respect for the power of Cam Lovelett. Walker has not given him anything inside. And though he comes a little bit nearer to the batter, that time it's low, and a 4-pitch walk, the first Hornet base runner of the contest. Lovelett will be back, and a designated runner in his stead. Once we're able to see the number of that runner, we'll tell you who he is. The drawbacks of being a couple hundred feet away. There's Joseph Pennells, a throw back to first, and we've got a rundown. And a tag out. The substitute was Daniel Antolon, and so Walker has still faced the minimum as the pinch runner tagged out officially by Kevin Adams, the senior shortstop. My scoring book mostly squared away as we get set in the bottom of the second inning, and the first pitch from Lovelett just missing inside, and it's ball one. Lovelett, a pair of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking in the bottom of the first. And here's a fly ball that's going to get down and get past in right field. The corner is turned and sliding in awkwardly but safely to second base. It is a leadoff double for Kevin Adams. And Jarrett Beauregard now fouls it away. Beauregard, the right fielder, who's got one out defensively already. Adams with a good jump off of second, bunt shown, and fouled. The 0-2 from Lovelet. To Beauregard, the throw back to second. Thought about throwing back to second. Good fake to keep Adams honest. And slapped away foul over the home dugout from Beauregard. Inside, and Beauregard gets hit on the hip. First hit batter on either side. And with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning, the Thunderbirds have two on base, and they've got Justin Farnham at the plate. A bunt that gets caught. The throw back is not in time, and MVU almost got caught in a bad double play there as Farnham, trying to advance everybody through small ball, had it easily gloved by Lovelet. And this one's going to drop behind first base. Turning the corner, Adams is heading for home. The throw is high, and they didn't try for the tag. Go to third, not in time. So standing up safely at second base is Corbin Schreindorfer with an RBI single advancing on the throw. An RBI single. It is 1-0 MVU. They've got two in scoring position with one out. Another bunt showing up the third base line. Nobody's moving. The throw to first bounces, an error. And they're waving both runners around for Missisquoi. And there is somebody at third. For a second, it seemed like nobody was. Ray Fuenier thought about taking third. And so from the error, it is now a 3-0 Missisquoi lead. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Garrett Frago. First offering just high. And a timeout and a meeting on the mound to assess what Cam Lovelet's doing. He was strong in the first inning. Again, with a pair of strikeouts, but here in the bottom of the second, just one out, and it was the bunt from Justin Farnham that was easily gloved by Lovelet. Rafe, when you're at second. Frago chops one foul. It's 1-1. Good pitch from Lovelet, and it's hammered down the first base line. Fuenier's going to round the corner. Not easily gloved, and so Frago was watching the right fielder and decided to keep on going to second. Another RBI. And a big inning here for the Thunderbirds, who have 4 runs already. And again, a runner in scoring position as Jackson Porter, who struck out looking, not going to look this time. He goes after the first pitch he sees and comes up empty. Oh, 1 from Lovelet to Porter. Almost slid his front foot back as he went after that one and pokes it foul. Porter in an 0-2 hole. The pitch misses. There was almost a pickoff attempt at second base as the shortstop, Brandon Parent, is working his way behind Frago. There's the 1-2. And this is a fly ball to center field. McKinstry clearing out, makes the catch. Frago thought about tagging up, but thought the better of it. Situation significantly enhanced for the Hornets now, who have 2 outs. But they've got Patrick Walker at the plate, who had an infield single in the first inning. Lovelet steps off. He wasn't going to realistically make that turn to throw out Frago. Good opening pitch to Walker. Walker, being a senior, being a very intelligent competitor, I don't think he was going to swing at any first pitch that he saw. But he goes after the second one, fouls it off of his leg, and so he walks this one off. Here's the 0-2 to Walker. And got him looking. A rough spot for the Hornets and Lovelet, but he comes out of the second the same way he got out of the first, with a strikeout. 3 Ks thus far for Lovelet. But the Thunderbirds lead it 4-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Panel again, the first baseman this morning for Enosburg, takes the first pitch for a strike. I keep saying this morning, it is not yet noon, still just 11:36 here in Swanton, as that one is hammered down the right field line, just foul. That one was smacked by Pennell. That would have been at least 2. Realistically, could have been 3 had it been fair. And that jolt will certainly wake up the Missisquoi fielders. 0-2. High tried to lull him into that one. Wasn't able to quite drop. One, two. Got the outside corner. Amazingly, Walker has seen 7 and there have been 7 outs, but that is just his first strikeout. Great location as Archambault steps up to the plate now. Bit high on the first. Archambault goes after the second, fly ball to center field, diving and not able to make the catch. A hard fall there, as in back up from right. A throw is going to come in. Good help from Jarrett Beauregard, as Blair Archambault gets the first hit of the morning for Enosburg. Interesting as well, so much of MVU's offensive action was hit towards Archambault, the right fielder of Enosburg, and good for him to get some revenge, I guess. Looking at the amount of offensive production for MVU, they've got 4 hits, and 3 of them have been to right field, to Blair Archambault. So I'm sure that must have felt good for him to have a really well-struck, turned into a double to officially right center, and a good jump at it as well from center fielder Corbin Schreindorfer, but that was a hard-hit ball. Tough one to get to. And Enosburg, a man in scoring position. The first pitch to Foster Hutchins misses, 1-0. Walker steps off to reset. Not the pitch he wanted there, as he finds himself down 2-0 now. Just low, and for a second it looked like the runner was going to go. There's a bit of a rundown, and they got the tag. Amazing work from the Missisquoi infield. Before the pitch to Hutchins, there was some movement from second base, Justin Farnham creeping in, and it looked for a second like Walker was going to turn. He didn't, but instead it came after the pitch. Garrett Frago, the catcher, was able to get it to Justin Farnham. Farnham went over to third, where Jackson Porter placed the tag. So Archambault officially caught stealing as a walk to Foster Hutchins. Second walk of this outing for Patrick Walker. fake throw to first as Peter Seabrus is back up here. He grounded out to short to start out the game. A pair of ground outs to short started things out. As Walker does go back. Both of these teams have been very aggressive against their opposing base runners. Seabrus hammers this one, tailing out and foul. Almost found a gap for that one to drop. Would have been tough for anybody to get a jump all the way over to that one. So officially it's 0-1. That's just the first pitch we've seen to Seabrus, though he's been at the plate for a couple of minutes now. Hutchins with a decent jump off of first. Walker throws and a big swing and a miss. Looping pitch as the throw back to first. Sort of trapped down. I was confused for a moment because Eli Calhoun is the first baseman, but wearing a different number than what the roster shows. We'll adjust that. And another rundown, and another tag, and another spectacular play by the fielders of the Thunderbirds. The last out caught stealing Foster Hutchins, and so despite walking to and giving up a hit, the first time through the order, Patrick Walker has faced the minimum. Lovelet still on the hill as a welcome breeze coming out of the southwest. And it is a first pitch strike to Eli Calhoun. Calhoun didn't, less than full conviction, let's say, goes after the second pitch. Oh, 2 from Lovelet. And a good, efficient 3 pitches to Eli Calhoun, who has struck out for the second time today. Adams, the senior shortstop, who doubled to right last time. Against Lovelet. Takes the first pitch. Lovelet looking very good and comfortable here at the start of the third. Oh, 1. And he baited him with a high one. Adams goes after it. 5 strikes thrown in this third frame for Lovelet. He's up 0-2 against Adams. And Adams got hit in the forearm, but he's going to stay because he made no effort to dodge it. So it's 1-2. I'm sure we would have heard it had that hit the bat. The official was very confident in making that call. And Lovelet was very confident in making that pitch. 2 strikeouts as Adams is the 5th strikeout on the day for Lovelet already. And Beauregard, who was hit, legally, let's say, swings and misses at the first. Lovelet just missing his spot, going for the outside corner. 1-1 inside, and almost Beauregard almost got hit again. And another inside pitch to Garrett Beauregard. And it's a 3-1 count to him now. Just finding the outside corner. Lovelet stays alive in this battle. It's 3-2 to Garrett Beauregard now. And got him looking. Lovelet strikes out the side. Peter Seabrus, who was at the plate again at the end of the third, takes the first pitch. Looks good from here, but I guess just outside. Admittedly, I'm a great deal farther away than the home plate umpire. One 0 to Seabrus. Walker's got that pitch that several times we've seen it miss high, not getting the sort of drop action that I think he's hoping for. 2-0 just missing, and whereas Lovelet was starting to show greater confidence in the last frame, Walker struggles here to start the fourth. 4-pitch walk to Peter Seabrus. Brings up McKinstry. McKinstry getting his marching orders from the dugout. He too grounded out to short in the first inning. Runner's going. And the pitch is not gloved cleanly behind the plate, so it is a steal from Seabrus. McKinstry hammers this one down the line and foul. That would have ended the drought for the Hornets, trailing by 4 here in the fourth. As Seabrus tags up. McKinstry, a 1-1 count. High and outside. Two 2-1, low, and gets away. Seabrus is going to take third base. Not going to go beyond that. We have no way to know how they officially scored that one. I think it's just going to be a passed pitch. And so from a stolen base and a passed ball, he reached from a walk. Seabrus is 90 feet from home now. And Walker misses the zone again. Back-to-back walks. Men on the corners. McKinstry, who might just be the fastest athlete in the county, is at first. And Justice Orton at the plate now. Without any outs. The strength of Orton, don't be surprised if he gives a big whack at this one. He flew out to right his first time around. And we've got some action inside. They don't throw to second to make sure that Sebra stays there. Smart move by McKinstry and the Hornets to take second base. Orton takes the first for a ball. Two in scoring position for the Hornets. Walker again on that curve effort, missing high and away. We've got some bullpen action, not surprisingly for the Thunderbirds, as Walker has walked two. Misses the zone there as well. 3-0 to Justice Orton. A big pitch here for Patrick Walker. And it's called low. They go back to third just to make sure Stiebers wasn't going to do anything crazy. 3 walks from Patrick Walker to begin this fourth frame. And it's the cleanup hitter, Shea Horrigan. With a swing here, Horrigan's got the potential to knot things up. And he hits it hard. Down the left field line, foul. Bouncing down the driveway for a moment. Hope that wasn't your car. It did not hit a car, just to clarify, but get some good excitement for somebody over there. Thought they might have parked a little bit too close. Here's the next pitch, and this is a pop-up, shallow center field. A good jump on it, and Adams backing up makes the catch, throws towards home, not in time. And do they get the tag at third? No. So McKinstry, smacking his hands in celebration, is 90 feet away as they sacrifice fly to shallow left field, which was caught by Adams, the shortstop. An RBI for Horrigan. Orton advances, McKinstry advances. Stiebers scores, and it's a 4-1 contest. One down, and Brandon Parent at the plate. Pitch outside, it's 1-1. I was trusting the scoreboard for a moment. Should have gone with my instincts. Only one pitch has been thrown to Parent, and it was a ball, so 1-0. Parent, foul tip. One from Walker. Just missing the outside of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brandon Parent. Outside again. Interesting. Just 1 out and a 3-1 count. Obviously, you're going to expect Parent to swing, but Walker is struggling to find the zone. In the 3-1, he does go for it, fouls it off of his own ankle. As we've seen several times this inning, a big pitch here from Patrick Walker. Top of the 4th, and he misses low. His 4th walk of the frame. So Brandon Parent will be at first. Justice Orton stays at second. Owen McKinstry still at third. Timeout taken. I would not be surprised if this is the last that we see of Patrick Walker on the mound. They're going to trust him a little longer. He's not missing egregiously, but just can't quite pick his spots in the zone. And it's worth noting that at the plate now, Cam Lovelet, who was the first batter walked by Patrick Walker. That was back in the 2nd inning. Enosburg's got the bases loaded. They trail 4-1. The first pitch high to Lovelet. Walker eyeing the runners. This one is hit. It's going to get through. 1 run will score. They're going to wave around the second. From left, the throw from Fuenier is going to be close, and they get the tag. Yes! A beautiful diving effort from Justice Orton, but a great throw from left field. Ray Fuenier able to get it in, and a run-saving play from the Thunderbird defense. And that is going to be it for Patrick Walker on the hill. McKinstry was the one who has scored. Orton out on a 7-2. Not completely able to close the book on Patrick Walker, as he does leave two runners in scoring position. As strong as he looked in the early going, the wheels really fell off here in the fourth. He faced the minimum through the first 3 innings, though he had walked 2 and given up a double. He had 1 strikeout, and in fact, in the 3 2/3 innings, finished with just 1 strikeout. 6 walks, but only gave up 2 hits. And thus far, only 2 earned runs, though he would be responsible again for those 2 runners on base. Warming up for the Thunderbirds now, Carson Bissett. Bissett, a sophomore infielder. The center of the infield here, as he is seemingly all warmed up and ready to start pitching. As we get set to resume the action, we'll once again like to thank our sponsors for today's game: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports Complex, JC Image, Handy Toyota, Barrett Ford, and Clarity Realty with Keller Williams, Vermont. If your business would like to become a sports sponsor, you can contact the staff at Northwest Access TV, 802-782-8676. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position, and Joseph Pennell, who struck out looking, is at the plate. I love the windup from Carson Bissett. Nice kick, as he has missed on his first 2 pitches, but kind of a throwback motion as he brings his hands below his knee. And he gets a strike there. Bissett gets a swing and a miss, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now against Joe Pennell. Inside and almost clipping the helmet there. And coming right back with a good pitch, which gets fouled away. You watch enough professional baseball and you have to just marvel at the pace of high school games. Not 30 seconds after a pitch, almost got Pennell in the face. Both batter and pitcher are right back at it. And called strike 3. Bissett got Pennell looking. And though damage is done in the fourth from Enosburg, perhaps a bit of a sigh of relief for MVU that it was not any worse. The first 3 batters of that inning reached safely from walks. And despite 4 walks in the inning and a single, Enosburg gets just 2 runs. And as we go to the bottom of the fourth, that is where we stand, 4-2. But having overheard his conversation with McKinstry where he said, I'm just going to roll it to you right now, I can't throw it, makes me concerned about what's going on over there. But again, he seems confident. I have no reason not to be. Foul straight back on the first pitch to Justin Farnham. Good heat on that pitch from Lovelett. But just outside. Another great pitch from Lovelett. Kind of weren't sure what sort of day it was going to be for him early. MVU's bats were active in the early going, but Lovelett has really settled in and is starting to seemingly look better as the day goes on. 11 a.m. is a pretty early start time, to be fair, on a Saturday morning. I remember when I was 17, 11 a.m. Could sleep till then. Now, I have no idea the last time that I slept till 11, as a deep shot to left center, called and grabbed, well played. Peter Seabrus. Good run from McKinstry to back him up. That is the deepest ball that we've seen hit today, though. Though with the heat that we're starting to see from Lovelett, you'd expect if somebody hits it square, it's going to travel a bit. Schreindorfer at the plate, fouls that one back. It's 1-1. Schreindorfer had the first RBI of this contest. It was into right field. It scored Kevin Adams back in the second inning. All four of Missisquoi's runs came in the second inning, as Schreindorfer takes that one for a ball. Good pitch from Lovelett, finding the bottom corner away. 2-2. Schreindorfer fouls that one back towards the bus. In a part of the country with a lot of Fragos and Beauregards and Fuenier and Lovelett and Archambault, Schreindorfer stands out a bit. The inside pitch makes it a full count. And Lovelett missing outside. A rare walk for him sends Corbin Schreindorfer to first base, and Ray Fuenier, who had perhaps the biggest defensive play of this contest, his throw home that allowed to get Justice Orton tagged out at the plate. Fuenier bunted and then reached on an error in that second inning. He was the fourth of those four runs. Bunt again, and it's going to be playable. Fielded by Orton. The throw to first is just there, and the tiptoe over at first kept down as well. Fuenier did his job, advancing Schreindorfer into scoring position and put Frago at the plate. Frago is 1 for 1. I think I may have misspoke, or at least I misthought a moment ago. The walk of Schreindorfer the second walk of the contest. He had walked Garrett Frago at the start of the game. Sort of proving the thesis I made a moment ago that Lovelet needed a bit of settling at the start of this contest. Good pitch to Frago, and it's 1-1. Timeout just before that pitch. The Enosburg coaching staff, understandably, not happy about that one. It seemed, sometimes you'll see it close right before pitchers will just wind up the batter. Sort of a bit of gamesmanship, we'll call a timeout. That timeout seemed like it was called as Lovelet was throwing. But again, we're a long way away. And light has to travel. And the laws of physics being as they are. 1-2. Frago realized that was going to be a strike. I think it seemed like he had set the bat back on his shoulder as if he was going to take it and realized he needed to try. And he tried unsuccessfully. Another strikeout for Lovelet to get out of the fourth without giving up any more runs, and we head to the fifth now. While hydrating in between frames and lamenting the fact that my very cheap tin water bottle does not repel the heat of the sun, Mason and I were talking about brands of coolers and inexplicable trends of consumer popularism that have driven brand names like Yeti to become sought after fashion items even at times. You got to wear your Yeti branded everything to show your preferred type of cooler. All that to say, if Yeti wants to support this broadcast, please do. First pitch from Bissett was a ball up against Blair Archambault. Nice swing over to third, fielded cleanly, and the throw low but in time, and well played by the Missisquoi infield. Made the comment early in the contest after back-to-back groundouts over to short were handled by Kevin Adams, how as a coach you appreciate when routine plays are made routinely. And the Missisquoi interior continues to impress today. Not surprisingly, though, that right half of the infield, Kevin Adams, Jackson Porter, both seniors. 0-1. That one staying just above the letters of Foster Hutchins. Hutchins was walked in the third and then caught stealing. Amazingly, in that third inning, there was a double with one out and then a walk. And they were both caught stealing. Once again, we return to how impressive the infield for Missisquoi has been. And that pitch is a called strike 3. A tight location there for Bissett, who has 2 strikeouts now against 3 batters faced. Back to the top of the order, Peter Stebris goes after the first one. Stopped at the mound, and the throw to first in time, hopped up just for fun. A 1-3. And Carson Bissett, he definitely proved me wrong, thinking that there might be a momentum shift in the works. Just very confident, efficient dominance in that 5th inning from him. So in the bottom of the fifth, Jackson Porter first, followed by perhaps Carson Bissett. Walker was listed as the starting pitcher and DH. So we expect that he's still going to be in. He is, in fact, in the circle on deck. Eli Calhoun in the hole. Porter takes the second one for a strike, 1-1. Porter chops this one up the middle. Not going to be playable. Leadoff single for him. Keep your eyes clear and hit them where they ain't. Porter found a seam. And this is Patrick Walker, 1 for 2 thus far today. Infield single and a strikeout looking. First pitch low and in as he turns over to Porter. Lets him know to stay there. It was gloved by Shea Horgan behind the plate. 1-0. Walker turns on it and fouls it back. One inside again and lost for a moment by Horgan, but he kicks it, keeps it in front of him. And Porter was watching. Brain trust on the hill here. Horgan giving Lovelet a word. Two one outside, and good awareness from Horgan to jump up and glove that one. Three balls, one strike to Patrick Walker. Walker swings at it. Fly ball to her left field. It's going to drop. It's going to be a single. A good job from Peter Stiebrus to stay in front of that one and keep the Missisquoi runners contained. The back-to-back singles into the outfield for MVU to start the fifth. And now it's the cleanup hitter, Eli Calhoun. He has struck out swinging twice, but could make that a thing of the past with a swing of the bat here. Shows bunt. Reached for it. Kept the tip down, so it's 0-1. Bit of a shock there. I don't think the defense was initially expecting him to show bunt. Let's see if he does it again. 0-1. Calhoun swings at it, chops it, past the mound, fielded it short. The throw to first is going to be in time. And Calhoun advances the runners. Two in scoring position with just one out, and Kevin Adams, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored, a double. Takes a quick time to reset his glove, and also Coach Rodney Burns of the Enosburg squad had a quick word, and again Adams needing a minute, talking with his own coaching staff. Officially on the roster sheet, you'll see that MVU is coached by Roy Sargent and Craig LaRush. Eschewing any attention, Marshall Plouffe is not listed, but always a welcome smiling face to see in the Missisquoi dugout. This one fouled back. And I don't think it hit any of the cars there, but I'm once again grateful that I didn't park there. One to Adams, gets away. He turns, tells both runners to stay. The speed with which he turned to his runners was impressive. Two balls and a strike. Trapped by Horgan, doing a good job of keeping that one from going away. Formidable count here to Kevin Adams, 3-1. And he takes it, a walk. And the bases are loaded for Garrett Beauregard. Just one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning, the home team up by a pair of runs. And Enosburg hoping to keep it that way. Good sound as that one hit the glove, but it did not translate from a good sound to a good call. Ball one. 1-0 swung on, fly ball to center field. McKinstry has the jump on it, waves everybody off, gets the catch. Tagging up, the throw is off target, and so it is going to be a sac fly. Advancing everybody, Garrett Beauregard with an RBI, increasing the Missisquoi lead. It's now 5-2. Everybody advanced after tagging up. Porter scored the run. So Patrick Walker's at third now, Kevin Adams at second, and Justin Farnham, who is 0 for 2, at the plate now. Swings at the first one, and a pop-up left side of the infield and caught right behind first base. So despite leadoff singles for MVU, Enosburg able to get out of the inning, only giving up just one run. And as we go to the sixth, it is the Thunderbirds 5, the Hornets 2. Second spot in the order, Owen McKinstry, 0 for 1, though he walked and scored a run. Stole a base, too. Takes the first pitch high. McKinstry has had a great career at Enosburg athletically. Volleyball in the fall, standout player. A great basketball player, had a very good season in this shortened season this year. And a liner foul down the right field line. But with his athleticism, it is not a surprise to see him in center field or to be able at the plate. He showed a bunt, and you got to trust his speed that he could have He's the type of player who can have a bunt single. But he took that one for a strike. It's 2-2 now from Bissett to McKinstry. As a quick timeout, that last foul from McKinstry was tossed back by a young fan, and so the official having to do the retriever duties with a dog right over there too, who could have easily fetched that ball. 2-2, high as McKinstry ducks down. Three-two, swung on and foul. Sorry, I thought it was a foul. It was a passed ball on strike three, and McKinstry is going to be safe at first. And is going to go down as the third strikeout for Bissett. A fun comment made from the Missisquoi outfield, which I'll politely not repeat. Suffice it to say, Justice Orton is an intimidating player as he towers over everybody else on the field today. Throw to second, off target, and McKinstry has his second steal of the day. Remember, when Bissett came over, he first faced the number 7 hitter in the order. So this is his real test here, as he's got the heart of it now. Orton, who is still looking for his first hit, though to be fair, Enosburg as a team only have 2 of them. Three balls, no strikes to Justice Orton. And he takes that one, his second walk of the contest, now men on first and second. Orton, as you'll recall, had the Superman dive towards home, which was tagged out in that 4th inning when Enosburg scored their 2 runs. The throw from Ray Fuenier, gloved by Garrett Frago. Shea Horgan, throw back to second before Horgan sees one. Inside to Horgan, and it's a ball. Well, unrelated to the specific action on the field, we talk about the resilience of youth. As the 1-0 pitch is popped up, going to be fouled. When we think of the resilience of youth, I think far too often do we consider the larynx and the way that some of these young players are able to contort their voices while screaming from the dugouts. Just baffles the mind. Exhibit A, as that pitch missing high, and it's 2-1. One thinks of how screamo singers are able to have regular conversations after their concerts. It must be a similar principle. Three and one as Bissett continues to struggle here at the top of the 6th. Big lead for McKinstry. And a high pitch. Back-to-back walks. Now remember, officially, Bissett struck out Owen McKinstry, but it was a passed ball on the third strike, which allowed him to take first base. He earned first base, I should say. He stole second, but Orton was walked, Horrigan walked. And so with one out, the bases are loaded, with no outs, the bases are loaded. And Brandon Parent will be at the plate. Cisco didn't have anybody warming up. The assumption being that this meeting is just going to be sort of a pep talk to Bissett. We've seen how good Bissett can be, and in fact is, but the confidence in the sixth, not what it was in the fifth. And I say all of that. It seems that there might be a pitching change in the works. And I think Jackson Porter is going to be moved over from third base to the hill. Indeed. So officially, Carson Bissett, having not recorded an out here in the sixth, goes 1 1/3, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 0 hits, 0 runs, though he was responsible for 2 of the 3. If McKinstry were to score, having reached on a pass ball, it would be unearned to Bissett, but nonetheless, a pretty impressive. You look at it, 1 1/3, and he strikes out 3. Not bad. But late in the game, tight situation, not entirely surprising that Missisquoi goes with another senior, Jackson Porter. Big opportunity for the Hornets. Bases loaded. And we'll see what Jackson Porter is able to do on the hill. His first pitch low, and a good job from Frago to block it. A welcome breeze as Parent swings and misses at the second. One. Almost dropping that one in, but Parent lays off and it stays up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Parent grounded out to the pitcher. His first time up in the second inning. He walked in the fourth. Runners jumping. 2-1, also unable to drop into the zone in time. And with the bases loaded, it is 3 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Parent. 5-2, the Thunderbirds lead. And here's the pitch. Stays high, an RBI walk for Brandon Parent. And it is a 5-3 contest now, as 3 consecutive Hornets batsmen have walked. Again, that run, McKinstry, an unearned run for the set. But the 2 that are in scoring position are still the responsibility of Bissett. That's small potatoes here for the Thunderbirds. Their focus is on preserving this lead. They're up by just 2, no outs. I think a check swing foul there from Cam Lovelet. One. Lovelet swings, and it's going to get through to left. Fuenier gets it, throws it in. Only 1 run is going to score. Hard hit RBI single for Cam Lovelet, and it is now just a 1-run contest. Cam Lovelet is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. Shea Horgan's at third, Brandon Parents at second, Lovelet is at first. Jackson Porter has faced 2. He's walked 1, given up a hit to the other. Big swing as Pennell comes up empty. If there's somebody who wants a hit worse than Joseph Pennell right now, they're not on this diamond. Pennell's got the chance to be a hero, having struck out twice, and he fouls that one away. A hit here would at the very least knot it up. With the bases loaded, still no outs in the top half of this 6th frame. And another foul from Pennell. Somehow that one missed the cars. Yeah, it's a situation you can chuckle at when that's not your car. 0-2. And that one staying high. Porter went with something off speed. Again, you know that Pennell's ready to jump at a good one. 1-2, and he does. Pop fly, foul territory by first, chased down and around the spectators. They decided to just let it drop. Eli Calhoun gave chase. That's a tough situation there as to whether or not it was probably deep enough that there could have been a chance for Shea Horgan to tag up and give it a try. Nonetheless, it's still 1-2. Pennell's fouled away 3 balls now and make that 4. A good at-bat. He's worked through 5 pitches now. 4 of them have been strikes. Porter gets a sign, sets, fires. Outside, but he got a swing from Pennell, who goes down for the 3rd time on strikes, and a big first out for the Thunderbirds. But they still need 2, and their lead now is just 1. As Blair Archambault comes up for his 3rd time today. Might as well keep on saying numbers. Good first pitch from Porter for strike 1. Archambault grounded out to 3rd his last time up. He led off last inning. Prior to that, he had a double into center. The 0-1 to Archambault. He takes it. In fact, maybe even dipped down a little bit too, helping keep the pitch above the zone perhaps. 1-1 from Porter. Porter's pitch up and in. Two and one. Big swing and a miss. And a good pitch from Porter. Two-two to Archambault. Pitch looks close, but just high. Low and in the dirt, and it is a tie ball game. The second RBI walk of this inning. Shea Horgan comes in for the 5th run of the day for the Hornets. Parent moves to third. Lovelet is at second. And the first pitch to Foster Hutchins, a swing and a miss. A 1. Bunt shown. Right up at the middle. Quick flip to home. They get 1. Big second out as Enosburg returns to the top of the order. This is the 9th batter of this 6th inning. Peter Stebris. Swings at the first one. Fly ball to center field. Schreindorfer's there, and he gets the catch. A big 6th inning for Enosburg, in which they get 3 runs from the first 3 batters to come to the plate. Again, and refreshing the positions for Enosburg. In right field is Archambault. In center field is McKinstry. In left field is Stebris. The infield at first is Joseph Pennell. At second is Foster Hutchins. The shortstop is Brandon Parent. Justice Horton is at third. The pitcher remains Cam Lovelet. And behind the plate still Shea Horgan, who catches that one for strike number 1. Corbin Schreindorfer, who had the last out, leads off. He's down 0-2 quickly from Lovelet. And a liner right back past Lovelet. Big hit for Schreindorfer to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Good day for Schreindorfer. In addition to at least, I think just the 1 defensive putout. That was his first. He's got 2 hits, an RBI, run scored. And here's Ray Fuenier. Shows bunt. Goes foul. In each of his previous 2 trips to the plate, Fuenier has bunted. Yet to see him with a swing, though it paid off the first time around. He, again, scored the 4th run of the Siskiyou. They had a barrage in the 2nd inning, scoring 4 runs, added 1 in the 5th. Showing bunt, pulls it back. Pitch outside. One. Shows bunt. It does so. Beside the mound, it is picked up, fielded cleanly as Fuenya looked like stumbled a little bit on the base. Either the base or maybe the foot. I think there may have been a slight foot tanglement there between Ray Fuenya and Joseph Pennell. And a bit of a grievance there. As Pennell sort of was watching down Fuenya for a bit after that, and some words out of the Enosburg dugout as well, trying to get the umpires to see if, in fact, in the future, all runners are going to stay on the baseline. Nonetheless, it was the first out. Back to the top of the order. Bunt shown, he pulls it back. One down. Schreindorfer at second. Frago. Shows bunt again. Lays off it. The pitch just outside. It was pretty close from Lovelet. Shows bunt again. That pitch is going to get away. A wild one as Schreindorfer takes third. Three balls, no strikes to Garrett Frago. Frago takes it, and it's a walk. Men at the corners with an out. And Jackson Porter, who singled into center field his last time up. A line drive. A batter to be feared. Porter shows bunt. Thought about keeping it down. They go back to third. It gets away. Schreindorfer decides to stay because having hit the glove of Orton, I should say, it didn't get too far away. Well, the umpire just awarded first base to Jackson Porter. And I apologize that we are far enough away that we don't know why. You play the cards you're dealt, so it is one out. The bases are loaded. Walker takes the first pitch for a strike. Walker flies it to center. McKinstry calling him off, runs over, gets the catch, tagging up. Schreindorfer is going to score. And Missisquoi once again leads. Sac fly for Patrick Walker. RBI as it scores Corbin Schreindorfer. Porter still at first, having reached there through mysterious circumstances. Frago is at second. And this is Eli Calhoun. Had a slap at this into center field. McKinstry is there again. And that ends the side. So Missisquoi gets one run in the sixth. They had one in the fifth as well. Tack that on top of the 4 they had in the second inning. They lead it 6-5, and we go to the top of the seventh. Some of the trees look just about fully opened up of leaves. Beautiful setting here for what has been a very good contest. Reiterating from a moment ago, ironically before the last inning when Enosburg tied it up, that it's been a really well-played game. We have not had an abundance of errors. We had a few walks, but both teams playing a well-controlled game of baseball. And now we are in the top of the seventh inning as Enosburg, trailing by 1, knows the situation. McKinstry takes the first pitch from Jackson Porter, and it is inside for ball 1. The 1-0 is low, a bit of a cloud of dust there as Frago steps back to pick it up. Perhaps that's a bit apropos, a little dust on Jackson Porter as he tries to shake it off and get in a groove here in the seventh. Finds it on that pitch. McKinstry was going to take anything, it seemed, until he saw a strike, which he has now, so 2-1. Too high from Porter. It's 3 balls and a strike to Owen McKinstry. McKinstry, again, officially 0 for 2, and yet he scored 2 runs. Here's the 3-1. Swings at this one. And it is going to be gloved. It's sort of a toss-up there, who's going to get it. But Kevin Adams, the shortstop, got it in front of Justin Farnham, the second baseman. Let's call that a pop out to short. And Justice Orton now. Good first pitch from Porter for strike. The 0-1. Swung on. Pop up. Foul. Again, this potential stress can be avoided by not parking behind home plate. 0-2 to Justice Orton. Lays off the high one. Ball 1. To be fair, the length of the zone for Justice Orton, about 4 inches larger than against any other player. 1-2. Again, lays off a high one. That seemed close. Orton knows what he's waiting for. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings at that one and a strikeout for Porter. And Missisquoi leading by 1 needs an out. Shea Horrigan. Horrigan, a run scored and an RBI. Walked his last time up. But that wasn't with Porter on the hill. This is the 9th batter faced by Porter. Opens up outside with a ball. Horrigan fouls that one back. A ball and a strike from Jackson Porter. With 2 down in the top of the 7th, the home team ahead by a run. The Hornets got 3 runs last inning. They need 1 to knot it up. And another foul from Shea Horrigan. And Enosburg now down to their final strike. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Porter. Swung on, and this is going to drop into left center. Schreindorfer gets it in, so it will just be a single. But the Hornets are not going to go away quietly. Heck of a time for Horrigan to collect his first hit of the afternoon. That was just the 4th hit of this contest for Enosburg. Kind of amazing. First pitch strike to Brandon Parent. Parent's been walked each of his last 2 times to the plate. Six total bases for him. Timeout just before Porter began his windup. And not timeout, sorry, it was a balk. And Enosburg's got a man in scoring position now. Horrigan, 180 feet on the base paths away. 0-1. Right back to the mound. Misplayed. Gets it back. Throws in time. And Missisquoi gets their 5th win of the season. A game which began slowly, let's say. Good defense and good pitching in the early going from both sides. Missisquoi explodes in the 2nd inning for 4 runs. Added 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and able to hold on from an Enosburg squad that used every opportunity they could. Enosburg just 4 hits on the afternoon, and they parlayed that into 5 runs. Some assertive running and also assertiveness at the plate to get a lot of walks. We'll quickly go through the numbers on this 6-5 final score. Through the orders, Peter Stiebrus, leadoff man for Enosburg, finishes going 0 for 3, but a walk and a run scored. 2 runs scored for Owen McKinstry, who finishes 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 stolen bases. Justice Orton, 0 for 2, 2 walks, a run scored. Shea Horrigan, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, a walk as well. Brandon Parent was walked twice, one of them earning him an RBI, otherwise was 0 for 2. Cam Lovelet, amazingly, in addition to his strong showing on the hill, went 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. And Joseph Pennell, 0 for 3, all strikeouts. Blair Archambault, 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI, a walk as well. Foster Hutchins was walked once and otherwise went 0 for 1. For Missisquoi, Garrett Frago goes 1 for 2 with an RBI and 2 walks. Jackson Porter, the winning pitcher, also goes 1 for 3, though that's not official as we don't know how he reached base in the 6th inning. Patrick Walker went 2 for 3 with a sacrifice RBI and 1 stolen base. Eli Calhoun 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Kevin Adams 1 for 2 with a run scored, a double, and a walk. Jarrett Beauregard 0 for 1, hit by pitch once, scored a run, also brought in a run, sac fly in the 5th. Justin Farnham 0 for 2, had 1 sacrifice bunt. Corbin Schreindorfer, the winning run, and scored 2 runs, 1 RBI as well. He goes 2 for 2, walked as well. And Ray Fuenier, 1 run scored, otherwise all sac bunts for him. So 6-5, our final score. Enosburg falls to 6-3. Their losing streak now, as they've had consecutive losses for the first time this year, and MVU advances to now 5-7. Once again, we thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Franklin County baseball on Northwest Access TV. My appreciation goes out to Mason for standing here in the sun with me and just silently standing next to a lunatic talking loudly for an entire baseball game nonstop in center field. And as well, we thank our sponsors who allow these broadcasts to be brought to you. So until next time, I have been, continue to be, and always hope to be Wesley Kempton saying so long from Swanton.